Welcome to Fed Gamers Gaming.
I'm stuffed.
He's a full guy.
I'm a full man. I shouldn't work. This is I shouldn't be making jokes right now. Not right when we start.
The fuck were you gonna say?
What do you think I was gonna say? I said I was stuffed.
You're a stuffed full guy. Stuffed full.
What is the
cum?
There you go. You're so
Stuffed full of spooge. A little bit of baby gravy. A little bit of seed. Nut. Milk.
Put the lime in the coconut.
And shake it all up.
Shake it all up.
What a great start. What a great start to this episode. Talking about cum immediately. Hello, neutral narrator.
The day.
No. Keep that. I like that. Yeah. Can I get Ooishi for this line?
Okay. More about the sun. This is a very quick one to get into. It's actually very easy.
I just miss Ooishi.
Don't worry, you'll see him soon. The day of the Higurashi Festival, June 20th, 1982, 1:40 p.m.
Thank you, Ooishi. I love you. Is she on?
Yes, sir.
We got the jungle music again.
Yeah, we have the jungle music.
Kei-chan, what was I doing today? Nothing in particular. Nothing at all. I just wanted to play hooky. I woke up in the afternoon. I ate instant food for lunch while watching boring TV programs. She's just like me, for real. I had a light headache, so I lay down on the sofa. I wouldn't wake up again if I went to sleep.
Wish that was me.
Whatever. I decided to sleep. I'd already told Sis that Satoshi-kun had asked her to look after Sadako. I didn't have to do anything myself. I fell asleep, though my head was aching a bit. That would be all I'd have to deal with.
June 20th, 1982, 5:02 p.m.
The aunt... Still...
Do you want me to neutral?
Okay, yeah, you can neutral.
The aunt believes that all the villagers frowned upon her because her brother-in-law and his wife were pro-dem activists. She surely experienced some fallout during the time of the dispute. But people had stopped looking coldly upon her, even though she assumed otherwise. She was paranoid, believing that all the villagers hated her, and so she decided to hate them back. Her attitude, of course, begot hatred from the villagers, and the situation became exactly the way she thought it was from the very start. What came first? Their poor relationship with the neighbors, or her husband's affair? She didn't know herself. Her husband claimed that he got a lover because he was fed up with her attitude. She, in turn, claimed that their relationships with their neighbors went sour because the husband had damaged their reputation. Only Satoshi was aware that both happened at almost the same time. Their quarrels had become a daily routine now. When the husband came home late, the wife would shout at him at the entrance. Satoshi wondered why they didn't get a divorce, the marriage being rotten as it was. But he secretly knew the reason for that too. It was the fortune his parents had left. His aunt had hidden the bank book and stamp and never allowed her husband to access them. So, her husband would search the house for them. She'd find out he stole some money from her purse. This would cause yet another fight. Satoshi had never been aware that his parents had that much money when they were alive. After the death, however, one of his relatives told him. He was informed that his parents left a large sum of money in some bank account. Satoshi couldn't understand why they had that kind of money, because his family had been, as far as he knew, poor. It was because of the damn project. His parents probably got the money in return for the cooperation with the government. They had strived to get more villagers on their side, provided information to them, and what's not. The money was probably compensation for their efforts. His aunt and uncle never had any intention to adopt them until they heard about the money. After someone from some financial institution revealed its existence, they appeared to adopt Satoko and Satoshi. The couple would fight every day. Eventually, Satoshi's uncle started spending more time at his mistress's home. He realized that he had no reason to return to his own home because he'd just end up in a fight with his wife if he did. When he stopped coming home, Satoshi felt relieved. Neither the uncle nor the aunt treated the two siblings very well. Satoshi's aunt wouldn't have to vent her frustration upon them. The reason the couple fought was their corrupted relationship, so if they separated, there wouldn't be any more fights. Satoshi had thought that at first. But even after they separated, his aunt still had a short temper. Another woman had stolen her husband. The villagers mustn't have been talking behind her back. It was mortifyingly embarrassing. As when she lost an opportunity to fight, Satoshi's aunt directed her hatred towards the siblings. Satoshi had been observing her. He learned when she would get upset and how to avoid her attention. He managed to get by without upsetting her, by turning a keen eye to her behavior and avoiding conflicts. But Satoko couldn't do that. She hated her aunt and didn't even try to hide it. Satoshi told her to behave in the aunt's presence, but her eyes were always filled with hatred. Satoshi strived to reduce the conflict between them as much as possible. He stepped in to mend the relationship. It was a heavy burden for him though, because he was still just a boy. He bore so much. He covered for his little sister by lying and maneuvering. He tried to maintain a tangible sense of peace, but he couldn't do that forever. The relationship between Satoko and her aunt had already spiraled out of control.
I like to imagine that this is written in like Ooishi's memoir.
Mm-hmm. Like at the end of
Yeah.
Himatsubushi, it's that whole book they're writing.
Yeah, and that this is Ooishi reading the memoir and like reading the book, like the audio book version of Ooishi.
Satoshi found something in the trash. It probably wasn't a legitimate place for trash disposal. If it was, sanitation workers would come and pick it up.
I'm trying to take off my jacket. I unplugged my headset.
He passed by the street all the time, so he noticed when there was no things dumped there.
He lost his jungle music.
I did. He'd found a plain-looking desk of the kind likely to be seen in offices. Somebody must have dumped it within the past few days. His aunt would like to bring usable trash home.
Oh my god, where are you? Try not to hang it on them.
Yeah, you're good.
Here we go.
She had Satoshi help bring a chest home just a few days ago. If he told her about the desk, she'd want it. His aunt hated to find bugs and garbage in the drawers, so she always opens them to check before carrying the thing home. Satoshi opened all of the drawers, all of which were empty. After that, he turned around and walked about 5 steps. He was standing near a bush. There he laid something he'd been carrying all the time until today. It had been very hard to find It'd be very hard to find unless you specifically knew it was theirs to begin with. Looking satisfied, Satoshi looked around for some landmark to remember the place by. June 20th, 1982, 5:51 p.m.
Mion!
Mion!
Hey, old pal. I see you showed up again this year. You'd better get ready for us.
You're as peppy as ever. Oh, is she a newcomer?
Uh-huh. This is Rina Ryugu. Don't underestimate her. She's good.
How? No, I'm not. Nice to meet you.
I love Rina.
Yo, you too! I bought all kinds of prizes this year. There'll be a real battle to win. Try and take them all if you can.
Yeah!
Rina tends to dote on cute stuff.
I love the Rika outfit. It's drip.
It's actually adorable.
Yeah, that stuffed animal looked just like her type.
What? How so cute! I want to take it home with me.
This has so much of a more nefarious vibe to it with the music and the way it's laid out as like Satoshi's doing this and then we cut to the festival and like no main character is at the festival and we're just kind of like
Hey, the booth isn't open yet. Whoa!
because at least during like Tatanagoroshi we didn't cut to the festival.
We were
It was just Keiichi.
We were going through every step Keiichi made.
Yeah.
Stop it, Rina. He says the booth isn't open yet. You can run him into the ground once he opens up.
How? It's mine. I'm taking it home. Rina lost her marbles at the stuffed animal. Everybody left. Everybody except Satoko. She was standing by herself some distance from the crowd. Her eyes looked dull.
I fucking love the Ooishi neutral narrator for this. This shit is so fucking good. It's so good.
Meep star.
What is it, Rika?
Rika walks up to Satoko, smiling ear to ear in an effort to cheer her up. Forget your worries today. Let's just have fun. Satoko looked down. Even if she got to have fun today, her circumstances at home wouldn't change. List has finally DM'd Conor. It has happened.
What do you think he said? We'll look later.
Satoko, your evil aunt isn't around.
Yeah, I know that.
So, why don't you have fun, Nipa Star?
Nah.
Nipa Star. Nipa Star.
Oh, sorry, but I don't feel like it. Could you please leave me alone?
Why aren't you smiling? Satoko sulkily glimpsed at Rika. She gave her a look, as though she wanted to say that Rika should know the reason.
Weston has DM'd me 3 times.
DM number 3 for the West. Even if she could have fun today, nothing would change between her and her evil aunt. No matter how fun the festival was, once she went home, her aunt would be there. The aunt would find something wrong with Satoko, get mad and shout at her so loudly that the neighbors would hear.
Gotta keep the food down. Trying to keep the food down.
You get a uke on me?
No, I'm just really full. I'm actually really stuffed.
He's a stuffed guy. Worst comes to worst, you can just pace the apartment for a little bit and come back.
Oh god, that wouldn't help. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that helps.
Walking
so
around
much.
would not help.
Walking always helps me when I'm full.
I just feel like I'm waddling around, even though I'm like nowhere near it.
You have the like Ooishi waddle as you're
Like
walking
I
around?
like my stomach. When I'm full, it actually feels like I can't. It's just expanded.
He's expanded past his limits.
It is true.
How could she have fun even just for today? Well, knowing all that.
I really do need to practice everybody else because I can just go into Ooishi very quickly now.
Ooishi.
It's so easy now. It's so easy.
That's because you had all of Himatsubushi.
it was actually perfect.
Satoko didn't say that out loud, but her eyes betrayed her emotions to Rika.
A good descriptor.
So,
Satuko.
so, Sadako, if you're suffering in today, will you smile? Satoko gasped. She thought that Rika might do something to help, but soon after she realized that Rika was just trying to comfort her. Could her suffering in today because of Rika? How? Satoko knew that there was really nothing Rika could do. And so, just after just one moment of freedom, Satoko fell into a depression again.
Mika, don't give me false hopes.
Sadako. Rika's voice was clearer than Sadako had ever heard it before, I guess. I don't know what I said. It's already been decided. June 20th, 1982, 8:11 p.m.
So,
It's already been decided.
one of two things. Rika decides, or this is in her time looping. Like timeline. Ooh. Or it could be both.
Or it could be neither.
I've never been wrong in my entire life.
June 20th, 1982, 8:11 p.m. Satoshi snuck out the window after supper. He heard the distant ruckus of the festival. The festival was ended at 9 p.m. After the Watanagoshi ceremony, there was going to be a raffle drawing. So, there were two types of people in Hinamizawa. The people who would go home for dinner, and the ones who would stay until the raffle was over. Either relaxing at home or still at the festival. There were only those two patterns, and on top of that, there weren't any neighbors in the vicinity of Satoshi's house. As a result, he found nobody on the streets. On that night, the small village seemed especially desolate. Satoshi knew it was going to be like this. But he would keep worrying until he saw it for himself. He was barefooted, but started running without hesitation. He felt as though he'd become a wild animal running on his bare feet. He got the impression that he could run faster than usual. Not only his running ability, his vision, his hearing, his sense of smell. All of his senses were keener, including his sixth sense.
This is Keiichi killing Teppei vibes.
He could almost sense the presence of people in the distance. If only when crouching like an animal. It felt strange, as though he had stepped into another world. He had been feeling tense and anxious until today, battling with his own fear. But now, he felt as though he had metamorphosed. Metamorphosed?
Metamorphosis. So it'd be metamorphosed.
Metamorphosed into a different person. Or just whatever.
We'll roll with that.
June 20th, 1982, 8:37 p.m. About like 26 minutes later.
I like how very specific it is as well. It's not like 8:30 or like 8:45. It's like
8:27.
8:27 on the dot. You know, I got this.
You got it?
All right, everyone. I'm going to explain how the raffle works. Please gather around the altar.
The festival had reached its climax, so raffle was going to start. Both the women who were dancing and those who were waiting for the raffle gathered around the altar. This was the first time they had a raffle. The planning committee decided to hold one from this year onward to attract more people to the festival. At first, the prizes were things the community members had donated, but Oreo, not appreciating how pathetic they looked, had them thrown away. Oreo took the initiative and bought a brand new TV, a washing machine, a cooling fan, and other such things for the raffle. The committee wanted to keep it small initially, but it turned out big thanks to her. Oreo was upset because the committee members weren't enthusiastic enough, in her opinion. Some of the members thought it would be very difficult to prepare prizes of equal value for the following year, so this might be the very first and very last raffle.
Thanks to you, we have such wonderful prizes this year, Oyo-san. They must have cost a lot, didn't they? We can reimburse you from our budget.
You?
Yes, I am Oyo.
I'm an old crone.
Buffoon!
Yeah.
I'm an old lady, that it is! Buffoon! No point in reimbursing that. It was never about the money, Batman. Idiots!
Oh, now, no. He's like, man, see? Now, don't say that. This raffle's all thanks to you, Oyo-san.
Ah, it's not like I'm doing this all by myself. Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, Kimiyoshi. Do you not like the start? Start? Oh yeah.
Are you kidding me? I love it. That's perfect for Oreo. Are you kidding me?
I just give her generic goblin voice.
The mayor, Gimiyoshi, was having a tough time pacifying Oreo. All of a sudden, one of the committee members burst into the tent in a rush. He looked upset, so Gimiyoshi assumed that somebody probably got hurt in an accident.
You're Kimiyoshi.
What is my Kimiyoshi?
You're Kimiyoshi? I have no idea. We just switch Kimiyoshi videos. I can take Kimiyoshi through this if
I
you
just
want me
don't
to.
remember what my
yeah, yeah.
Kimiyoshi was.
Yeah.
What's going on, Makino?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
What's going on, Makino-san? I hope you're not having a heart attack.
Or what? That was like
Yeah, that works. We'll take it.
like
Good take.
half New York or half Boston, half Southern.
Reggie, I hope y'all aren't having a heart attack.
Gimiyoshi made a joke to calm him down. Makino, however, still looked tense. He whispered something to Kimiyoshi. Even without hearing the exchange between Makino and Kimiyoshi, it was plain as day to see. Plain as day, though, there was bad news.
Oreo, I have unpleasant news, if you don't mind.
Kimiyoshi, accompanied by Makino, moved to Orio's side and spoke in a very serious tone. Kimiyoshi whispered to her the exact same words Makino told him.
Oh dear, this is bad.
Ain't I not... I don't know what I'm doing with this.
Man, it's unexpected. It's unexpected. What happens twice will happen a fourth time.
He's like a fucking southern oil baron now. With like a little bit of goblin. Oh fuck.
Oh shit. Who was the first one?
I don't know. Alright, well, I'll go back for one.
Ain't unexpected. What happens thrice will happen a fourth time. That's not funny, Oreo-san. You're right. It isn't. It's just another hassle.
That was quick.
The police are trying to identify.
Where the fuck am I going with this?
We're just. This is like it's a raffle of voices right now.
It's
more
a roulette
accurate.
of voices right now.
This is Ooishi trying to voice the conversation as he spiritually heard.
The police are trying to identify the body. I heard that the face was completely destroyed, so it'll be difficult.
It's quite clear who it is, though.
Yeah? Do you know who it might be? Oreo glared at Kimiyoshi, then started juggling.
Idiot! It must be some impudent lad who didn't come to the Watanagashi festival. People who respect Oyashiro-sama wouldn't get involved in something like that.
Impudent, not.
Impudent.
Oreo kept laughing. Kimi Yoshi and Makino didn't know how to react to it. June 20th, 1982,
Who killed Satoshi?
9:04 p.m. This. Oh, it's Kuma-chan. There you go.
Mashi, what's up, Ooishi? This is merciless.
Kuma-chan. Every death is merciless unless the dead wish for it. They have my condolences. How is it going over there?
I'm so happy he's here.
Did you find something that could identify the body? So forensics. Fuck.
The forensics.
The forensics investigators shook their heads.
The victim's wearing sandals and casual clothes. They must be from this neighborhood. We should be able to identify the corpse by asking around.
That's the way we do it. The section manager says this case might become classified, so do be careful with it.
Gotcha.
Gumagai gathered some officers and gave them directions.
Dr. Irie has arrived. Doctor, it's over here.
A young doctor got out of his car and headed in the victim's direction.
Oh, Satoko-chan. Hello. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. I had to help with the raffle.
You must have drunk a lot at the festival, Doctor. Are you sure you're sober? Maybe I should run a breathalyzer test on you just to be safe.
Satoko-chan, I'm fine. My assistant is driving.
It's very wrong voice.
Clever of you all. Hey, let the doctor pass. There was an area cordoned off with blue plastic sheets. An officer rolled up the sheet and let Ooishi and Hirie pass.
So it's an old ass grammar. Sure.
I was like, is it gonna do all this and then we're gonna reveal the body? I was like, he never does that. I was like, what?
The forensic people were taking photos from many different angles. The blood spatters and bloody sandals were left untouched. Marked with chalk and indicated with some small alphabetized plates.
Idiot. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not
Fuck.
Satoko-chan, I'm not used to seeing things like this.
I'm really off of the voice right now.
What was that?
Hirie took out a handkerchief. Handkerchief and covered his nose. You should breathe through your mouth. Well, you might sense the smell visually though. No.
Thank you, Ooishi.
The body appeared to be that of a middle-aged woman. It was soaked in blood. It looked like a middle-aged woman because of the hair and what she was wearing. The reason why nobody could be certain it was a middle-aged woman was because its face was completely pulverized.
Oh, this is brutal.
I'm sure it was done out of malice. The victim must have been murdered right here, judging from the pattern of blood spatters in the soles of the sandals. And even though not many people take this road, the body is right in the middle of it. It's very unusual to see a culprit who would bludgeon the victim until the face was completely destroyed. Also, can you look at her arms? Oi put on latex gloves and lifted the corpse's arm. See, spotless, aren't they?
Are you saying the victim didn't try to protect her head? There's no signs of struggle?
Right you are! I think the victim lost consciousness with the first blow. Then the culprit kept beating her to complete the murder. The victim was probably laying voice down at the time, judging from the stains on her clothes. The body is faced up now.
At least what you can call a face.
The culprit seems to have flipped the victim over in order to smash her face, even though by that point her death was certain. Oh. Irie looked like he was going to throw up, both because of the putrid smell and Ooishi's reasoning. My reasoning. Smashing the victim's face is clearly a sign of a grudge. In my experience, it's a very profound grudge too. It's a very profound grudge too. That means the culprit must be someone very close to the victim. I understand. You think?
Fuck, that went real southern.
Sadako-chan, I understand. You didn't call me to resuscitate her.
The fucking idiot just looking at
Doctor.
idiot just looking at a dead ass corpse like. You guys want me to pull out the defib or?
Doctor, do you know who the victim is? If you do, we don't have to waste time questioning the neighbors. Irie looked at the body once again. He looked away quickly and thought. Then after a while, Irie left the investigation area without saying anything. And I'm sorry, I don't know him. Are you sure? My bosun. I looked into Irie's eyes, as though Irie was hiding something. I'm not hiding anything.
Thank you, Ryukishi.
No, I guess you're still under the influence, Doctor. Maybe you'll remember when you're sober. Let me know if you do. I tipped Irie on the back. The doctor, saying he wanted some fresh air, left the scene. Kumagai returned.
Man, Ooishi-san, the section manager is on the radio. The one in the first car.
Irie lied.
Huh?
Nothing. Hurry up and question the neighbors. The victim must be from this area. June 20th, 1982, 9:39 p.m.
So. I'll come back to it.
Hey, here he is, Ooishi-san.
Thank you for coming here this late at night. I know you have school tomorrow. I'm really sorry to bother you. Nope.
You gotta lose all the accents.
Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta you gotta go all natural.
All natural.
But no problem. Where's your father?
Dead.
Wow. My stepfather doesn't come home very much. Oh, since when? When did he come home least? I don't know. I heard he's living it with a woman who works at a club in Okinawa or something. I don't remember exactly when, but I guess I saw him a few weeks ago. Do you have your father's address? No. He's living with a woman who works at the club. Do you know the name of the place? No. I know it's in Okinawa, and that's all. What's your father's name? Tepe Hojo. I signal Kumagai with my chin, who nodded while taking notes. Were your mother and father getting along well? I don't know much about that, but I don't think so. I see. I want you to tell me honestly. Do you know anyone who might have been holding a grudge against your stepmother? I don't. No. Alright, please let me know if you remember something. Here's my card. My number is on it.
Okay.
Might ask to see you again for further inquiries. And if you want to see if you want to see your stepfather, if you see your stepfather, please let him know that we want to contact him. Kuma-chan, drive him home, will you?
I feel like I'm losing my voice.
You might be.
It's weird.
No. I can go home by myself. Please, let us drive you home. There's a possibility the culprit who murdered your aunt is roaming around the neighborhood. You might forget her too. Thank you for your consideration, but really, I'm fine. Satoshi tried to reject the offer, but Kumagai and I insisted. In the end, Satoshi was forced to accept. He turned around to leave, but Ooishi spoke to him as if remembering something he'd forgotten to say. Oh, Joel-san. Yes? Don't worry, it's no problem. We'll catch the culprit soon. Do you have any leads? Yes, we do. Like what? Like... That's confidential. Ordinary people might think that I was trying to cheer the poor kid up with a joke. Well, usually people get pretty worked up when they commit a murder, though of course there are some exceptions. What kind of evidence do you find when the culprits worked up? When somebody is in a very excited condition, their body shows many symptoms, like sweat, loss of hair. We often find the culprit's hair at crime scenes. Well, this is outside, so it's a bit different, but still. Did you find the hair? I don't know yet. The forensics guys are searching the scene right now. I'm anxious to see what they'll bring me. Excuse me, I have to go now. Please, Kuma-chan, would you?
Oh shit.
He's immersed.
Yeah, sure.
See you again soon, Hojo-san. I'll let you know if there's any progress on the investigation. Let me know when you remember something. Let's cooperate to catch the murderer of your stepmother.
There you go. There's a little checkpoint.
I still don't know if it's fucking Satoshi or not.
You don't?
I don't know. I think, but like, yeah.
What do you think? What do you think all this was about? What do you think Ryukishi's trying to show us here? I think I'm losing my voice.
He's revealing the crime, the crime scene, and everything involved, so that you can take more conjectures on like who the criminal is and all that shit. I feel like he's gonna swerve me,
Yeah.
and that it's not Satoshi.
Interesting.
I got the gut feeling that I'm gonna get swerved here, and that it's gonna have been like a Sonozaki goon. Because I mean, well, the police report said, because Satoshi didn't go missing until like a couple days after the Watanagashi
Sadako's
festival.
birthday.
which is a couple days after.
Mm-hmm.
So, and in that, Kuma takes him home, so he makes it home.
And that's the day of the Watanagashi.
Yeah.
The night of.
So he lives the night of the Watanagashi.
Of course. He didn't disappear until the day of
Sadako's birthday.
He didn't disappear until after he bought the
Teddy bear.
teddy bear.
I think I'm gonna get swerved. I really do.
You don't
Because
think?
Irie was obviously covering.
But why would he? Why would he cover? What do you? Who do you think he's covering for?
That's the part that I'm stuck on. He's obviously covering,
So okay.
but I don't know who, because he's covering the fact.
So you've got two options here, right? So you're thinking it's either you're gonna get swerved, and it's gonna be like some Sonozaki-gun,
Or
or
it's
it's
Satoshi.
Satoshi.
Yeah.
So let's reason out for both ways. What reasons do we know? What? Because we're in the answer arcs here.
Yeah. So
Any
we're at the part where
clues? Anything that we're gonna be revealed should have been hinted at in the past.
Yeah. Already. Yeah.
So what do we know about Irie that would direct him in either of those? That would direct his actions in either of those two scenarios.
Irie loves Sadako.
Mm-hmm.
He wants the best for Sadako, but he also works with the village. And
He also
I'm
also
gonna-
wants the best for Satoshi, right? Because
Well,
he
yeah,
invited him to
yeah,
the ball game.
yeah, of
He's
course.
been
Yeah,
he's been his
yeah.
doctor. He's been keeping track of how healthy he is.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't say that because I felt that was kind of implied. Because, if he wants the best... I guess it shouldn't be because Shion
I
hates
think it's
Sadako.
directly related
Yeah.
to this.
Yeah, no, it is. But he also works for the village, because I'm going to say it, I think in Onikakushi...
How does he work for the village?
I'm going to say it, in Onikakushi, I think that is Irie, the doctor that they called.
Okay.
I know originally I said I don't think it is, but I think it is.
Okay.
I think it was Irie. So...
So when they were calling
He-
the manager, they were calling Irie?
Well, no, because when they call the manager, that random-ass doctor shows up, the dude in the doctor's outfit.
Wait, okay.
I'm talking about Onikakushi.
Yes.
Very first game.
Uh-huh.
The doctor that shows
Uh-huh.
up. In the doctor's outfit.
Uh-huh. That is...
I'm saying that I'm making my call. That's going to be Irie.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I originally thought it
Okay,
was
so
someone
then who's the
different, but I'm
manager?
going to... I still don't know who the manager is. Maybe it's Shion. Maybe we could say it's Shion. Maybe the manager's Shion. I don't know. But...
So in Onikakushi,
Yes.
right? Rena says to Mion that she called the manager before she
Yes.
called Mion.
Yes.
We only see one person arrive after Mion.
Yes. Okay, well then from that you can say Irie is the manager there.
So from that we can determine that.
Yeah, you can determine
Irie
if said
is-
doctor is Irie, then Irie is the manager, which means he's
And
working
because
with
we
the
know that
Sonozaki
in
family.
Japanese the word for manager and
is
coach,
coach.
can
Yeah, it can
is
be
like the same
interchanged.
word.
Yeah. So yeah, Irie, being the manager, works with the Sonozakis,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
But how do we know that?
through Onikakushi.
Rena called him.
That's true. Could be a friend of Rena's. Could have seen Rena's.
Rena,
But,
knows Coach.
we know through fucking Himatsubushi that he works with the Sonozakis because the clinic was filled with Sonozaki goons when the phone line got cut for Arasaka.
He said it again.
Akasaka. Yeah, well, because the clinic was filled with fucking Sonozaki goons when he cut the phone line when Akasaka was staying there.
Who cut the phone line?
Or the phone line got cut. There you go. Rika cut the phone line.
Uh-huh. Who were the Sonozaki goons?
Do you not remember
And
Akasaka
Himatsubushi?
and Himatsubushi describing the big ass doctors in the clinic?
No.
Is that in Himatsubushi or is that in
Higurashi? Or are you talking about the conversation when Keiichi's spying on after he talks to Irie? He confesses to Irie, and are you talking about?
Thank you. Yes, that's
Yeah,
what I
that's
got.
what I thought you were
I got my lines
That's
crossed.
That's what I thought you were talking
Sorry, I got my lines crossed. Yes.
about. How do we
So
know they're not Irie's goons and they're Sonozaki
That's true.
goons?
They could be Irie's goons. But, okay, there's goons. EDA does something weird. Full stop. We have come to the conclusion EDA probably is doing something illegal. Full stop, conclusion, done. EDA has some connection to something. Because I mean,
you know
even
how
Leon
every time,
in this game,
like every time somebody new walks into the clinic for the first time, they look around and how do they describe it?
yeah,
How do they describe it?
they describe it as. Oh fuck! It's been a minute. It's usually empty, isn't it? No,
The clinic itself, not like
the clinic itself. It's like
It's a really nice clinic for the town it's in.
yes, it's too bougie. Yeah, 'cause I was leaning into like, you know, it has like pristine walls and like pristine equipment. And everything is really nice and everything's really clean, and it looks like
it's described
'cause
as like a
Akasaka describes it as like a Tokyo clinic, doesn't he? Or I swear to God, there's a part where like he mentions that it's like a really nice, high ass quality. Like, clinic.
he called
Like comparing it to the
I
city.
think like in Onikakushi and Himatsubushi, I think they both Keiichi and
Akasaka. I know, I got you fucked up now.
no, I knew I was Arasaka.
Yeah,
It cracks me up. Akasaka both describe it as like a more I don't remember the wording exactly, but it's just like a better clinic than you would expect for
Yeah,
this town.
it's higher standards than you would expect, right?
We're both missing the word.
Yeah. So obviously he makes money. EDA makes money. He has goons, and he has a nice ass place of business. So who has money?
So either Iri has money, which
Or-
is pretty young to have money. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
Or
money comes from which of the three families in the town has money? Sonazaki's.
but do you think this? Okay. I can't introduce this. I can't say it. I can't say it. I don't want.
He has the one spoiler point that he can't introduce. That's where I'm going, because I'll like... What, does he get money from the organ trade? I mean, he could. But, no, my whole thing is if EDA is going to be getting money...
Well, I mean, how the fuck?
If EDA is going to be getting money, he's going to be getting fed money through the Sonazaki's. Or he's going to be
here's
running
the
his
thing.
own side hustle, where... Maybe he does some suspicious shit for a check, and then that's the end of the story, you know? Like, he gets money from somewhere. My assumption is that it's from the Sonozaki family because they have fucking bank. Because they're a crime family. Whether it's as in he's working directly for them, or as in they are common clients of his. Don't know. But EDA is suspicious. And
I'm trying to say, oh, what evidence do you have to say that points to it? But the other way, the way I want to direct you, I can't think of evidence that points to that.
this is where I'm at right now.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah. No. I get what you're going on. Yeah, this is where I'm at right now with EDA. And I've always been at, like, EDA is sus. But he is, like, Among Us Big Chungus sus. Like, the red vented, like, he's incredibly suspect. I definitely think he's covering. He's covering for the body, but I don't know why he's covering for the body. Because he knows it's Satoshi's aunt, and it's very obvious it's Satoshi's aunt, and they're gonna, like, they already know it's Satoshi's aunt. So I don't know why he's lying about it being Satoshi's aunt.
To protect
like,
Satoshi? Or would he not just lie about it to protect Satoshi? Do you think he has a motivation enough to do that?
He could lie about it if Satoshi was the killer, I guess, right? Like, but
So based off of his knowledge, which he might know nothing. Let's
That's
assume
true. No,
he
that's
knows
true.
nothing about why this happened.
Yeah.
And he sees this body and he recognizes it as Satoshi's aunt. What do you think he has, like, sufficient motivation to just say, I don't recognize this body, even though he does? Or say nothing? Since he didn't say anything, so he didn't lie.
That's true. I guess I wouldn't know why you would say nothing without ulterior motivation. Like, there's
Really? You wouldn't just see, like you wouldn't, like, if you come onto a crime scene and you're like, I probably know who did this, but I don't want them to get
No,
arrested?
see, that's different. I'm talking about whether or not you identify the body.
Oh.
Like, idiot gets there, sees the body, knows who the body is. There's no reason for him not to just go, oh yeah, that's the body. Unless he knows revealing that leads them closer to whoever killed him. To your point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is obviously lying to cover the perpetrator. Or not saying anything to cover the perpetrator. Like, that's the whole point of what he's doing. I just don't know who he's covering for. I mean, you could argue, yeah, he's covering for Satoshi. But I guess
Like,
he could be
well,
covering for
well,
Satoshi,
let's-
but, like, he's not covering for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he is.
So yeah, I guess like if in order for him to be covering for Satoshi, he would have to assume
That
that
Satoshi did it.
Satoshi did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to guess that like he is assuming that Satoshi did it.
Yeah. And that he is under the assumption that Satoshi was the one that did it, yeah. I mean, Ooishi thinks Satoshi did
And
it.
okay, so
It's very obvious from
so
Oishi's
we've got
conversation.
that basically down, right? So in the other direction, why would he say he doesn't know who the body is? Let's say it was a Sonizaki goon or one of his
one of his goons.
Sure. Let's like one of his goons or
One of
something.
his goons, yeah.
So obviously, if it's one of his goons,
He's not gonna say shit because it's one of his goons. Duh.
right?
Like,
Or
doi.
Sonizaki goons.
Yeah. Because they pay him. Doi. Like, I think what I can say for absolute
I think these are
unshakable certainty is that Irie is not revealing the name because he is covering for the perpetrator. That is absolute uncertain, like certainty. Sorry, not absolute certainty. Irie is not revealing the name because he's covering for the perpetrator.
So then, if we find out who the perpetrator is, we know what Irie's motivation is.
Yes. There you
What
go.
are we playing? It's fucking Sudoku.
Yeah, basically,
This is
like we're playing mental gymnastics over here.
This is how you fucking solve mysteries.
I
man.
know.
That was actually fucking really satisfying. That. Okay, so we have just determined that once we didn't know the answer to this riddle, we know the answer to
Irie's motivation.
Oh, Irie's
and then
motivation.
A bunch of other shit with the Irie falls into place. Yeah. That's the part that I'm on, is I just don't know, like, what he has going for him right now. I mean, like, is he getting blackmailed? Is it a money thing? Is it a I just want to do it thing? Is it a I'm going to protect Satoshi thing? Is it a I'm protecting myself thing? Like, there's a lot of options here. Because, I mean, he covered for Keiichi. Well, actually, no, Keiichi thought he was going to kill him.
But he did. He was.
But he did kind of cover for Keiichi.
He was.
Receptive to what Keiichi was saying.
He wanted to help Keiichi, right?
Yes.
But he didn't want to like.
Get
Yeah.
involved. Kind
Well,
of.
that's not what I mean.
I know what you're talking about, though. He was not against Keiichi. How's that?
Sure.
Directly. Maybe indirectly.
I would say he wanted to help him. But
Sure.
I'm obviously working off knowledge that you don't know.
No, I gladly go with he wanted to help him. I'm checking Weston's see him. Hold on. Okay. Looks like I'm gonna watch that in a little bit.
Sean Spears is a face.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sean
Wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling. Yeah, Sean Spears was a heel. I opened Audacity.
It's so big. There's so much on it. It's so
Don't
annoying.
worry about it. I have a lot of programs I click on.
All right, we're back.
Yeah.
We're back to just reading to you. Reading.
Secret. Yeah.
Did you enjoy the little
It's so
Ooishi
nice. It's so nice.
audiobook there?
I get to be immersed, and I love Ooishi, and I love the Ooishi voice, and it brings me joy. Sis called me the morning after the Watanagashi festival to tell me that the curse had struck again for the 4th time. Kei-chan. The victim was the evil aunt who was harassing Satoshi-kun and Sadako. Satoshi-kun's suffering should be over now, since the problem was with Sadako and the aunt's relationship to begin with. Maybe I should have celebrated, but I wasn't in the mood for some reason. I could fuck up some s'mores right now.
I don't know why that just
I
hit
don't
me,
want any
but
chocolate. Oh, I'm not feeling chocolate at all right now.
I'm fucking hella feeling like s'mores, man.
It's like the fall. The fall is like the perfect time for like campfire s'mores.
Hell yeah. Do the police have a lead on the suspect? Sis went quiet when I asked that. I don't know. Ooishi seems to be questioning people in the neighborhood. He thinks that the culprit is somebody close to the victim. Being identical twins, Sis and I think very much alike. If I suspected Satoshi-kun of being the murderer, so would she. Because of this, I didn't even have to mention the obvious. Does Satoshi-kun have an alibi for that day? I don't know. Huh. Oh. I heaved a huge sigh. Yeah, that's how you can tell we've been doing this for too long.
We do the exact same thing.
The exact
on cue.
same thing. In sync, no signal to each other, just instinctual. Are you stupid? He was at the...
Yes, you are correct.
Are you stupid? He was at the festival. Didn't you see him there? Yeah, right. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. I heaved another sigh. Sis was stupid enough to forget to make an alibi for him, even though the murder of his aunt alone would raise enough suspicion. So that means...
Neon.
So that means he did do it? That's not important now. The problem is whether he has an alibi or not. Well, the police are going to come here later. I'll tell them I was with him at the festival. Sis, lying out of the blue like that won't work. If you haven't done anything to ensure his alibi, it's too late now. Please, just be honest with them. I can't trust your acting skills. You might raise more suspicion if you make something up on the spot. Yeah, sorry.
How you feeling? How you feeling about Shion coaching Neon on how to be a...
I'm feeling like Shion has been in this game more than I thought she has. I'm feeling like Shion has been in all of the games more than I thought she has.
Except the dating game. She fumbles that hard.
Well, no, I'm saying I think she was involved a lot more in Onikakushi, Watanagashi, Tatanagoroshi, and Himatsubushi than I thought she was.
Oh. Yeah?
Yeah. She sounded depressed. I was the only one who should have been depressed. Mion usually handles things well, but she's not too good with emergencies. I was left worried for the future of the Sonozaki family. Mion must have been embarrassed. She soon changed the subject. I guess we haven't been able to work out lately. Have you? Oh.
Connor's fucking deep-seated insecurities coming out right there.
I got gym on the mind, bro. I had to skip legs today because my fucking knee's fucked.
Get fucked, idiot.
I guess you haven't been able to work lately, have you? You're right, I haven't. Thanks to you. I'm sorry about that. I'll hide somewhere until tonight, so maybe you can work today? Sis has been appearing in public places during festival preparations and whatnot. As a result, I haven't been able to pretend to be her. This one's justified, it's 9 o'clock.
Yep.
As a result, I hadn't been able to pretend to be her. I hadn't been able to work. As someone who had to support myself, it was a bit of a pain. To be honest, I didn't feel like working. Neat, Shion. But I couldn't afford to be sitting around either. When I locked my apartment door before leaving, the door of the next apartment opened and Kasai appeared.
Shion-san, are you heading out?
Yeah, I'm going to work since Sis gave me the time until tonight. Can you give me a ride?
Shion-san, wouldn't it be safer for you to take a few days off? The police seem to be staking out the main house. I don't think it's a good idea to leave.
I appreciate your concern, but I have to make money to survive. Kasai might suggest he donate money to my cause. However, I had sworn to myself when I started living here that I wouldn't depend on Kasai. While I don't obey anyone else's rules, I stick to my own. Kasai could tell that I was adamant in my decision. After repeating himself a couple of times as formal procedure, he decided to give me a ride after all. I love Kasai. He's such a good character. Kasai just be like, you know playing in traffic isn't good for you, right? And Shion's like, I don't care. And then Kasai will be like,
Alright.
you know it's not good to do that, right? And then Shion will be like, I don't give a fuck. And then Kasai just goes, none of my business. And then drops her off on the highway and leaves. Every time we went to my uncle's store by car, we stopped at this traffic light. I knew it was going to happen again, but it still irritated me.
Imagine every time you take a route, you hit the same line. It's
I would
always red.
Kill myself.
Like
That's-
right after I got sideswiped, every light was red when I got up to it. That was actually just and pissing me the fuck off. Ah!
Pedestrians passed by in front of the car. I was startled to see that one of them looked like Satoshi-kun. It was him. Though I'd spoken with him on the phone just a couple of days before, it'd been a while since I'd seen him last. Kasai, sorry, but could you tell my uncle that I can't come today? I'm getting off here.
What? Shion-san.
Kasai looked taken aback, but I got out of the car regardless. Kei-san, the light turned green. The car behind him honked while Kasai was shouting at me, so he had to start moving. Satoshi-kun was on his bike, but he was going really slowly. I caught up with him in a flash and tapped him on the back. Hello. I'm surprised to see you in Okinomiya, Satoshi-kun. If I talked to him with a smile, he might smile back. Goldfish. So I smiled as brightly as I could.
The snack that
The
smiles
snack that
back.
smiles back. Goldfish. Ah! Now I scream like Shion.
Neon.
He looked tired as always, but as I could tell, he was trying to smile back. My worries suddenly disappeared. Is this a new song? It's very sweet.
I think we've heard it before, but
Makes my heart hurt. Yeah, we have heard this before. This song's really good though. I was certain I looked happy. I was aware of that myself, so it must have been obvious to Satoshi-kun.
I can't wait.
Yeah!
He smiled! Yeah! That's what I've been waiting for!
Yeah, baby! I love Satoshi.
I don't know the circumstances, but you look happy.
Yeah, I am happy. I'm happy because you look happy. When I teased him, he looked a bit embarrassed. It was like we were back in the good old days. I felt even happier than before. What's going on, Satoshi-kun? Did something good happen?
Not really. My aunt died and I have to deal with the police and the neighbors.
I might have asked something dumb. He seemed to be okay with it, though. He frowned a bit at first, but Satoshi-kun continued smiling gently. He looked worn out, but satisfied, like he had accomplished something great. That was the mood I sensed from him, so I was convinced. The one that killed the wicked aunt who tormented Sadako was him. I had absolutely no proof, but I knew it intuitively. So I admitted all of those questions. I knew Satoshi-kun's motive for killing his aunt, and how badly he was driven into a corner. I knew the environment and the situation he was in. Takano killed her.
This Takano don't care about fucking Satoshi Kun's aunt. Like at all.
Takano just hates the Hojos. And so every time one of them shows up, she beats them to death in the woods. Keiichi didn't actually kill Teppei, he hallucinated. What he actually did was he was watching Takano kill Teppei. That's why Takano was in the car.
So true.
Because Keiichi was like, oh my god, I'm tripping balls. I must have killed Teppei. What the fuck? And Takano stopped and was like, oh shit, he might have seen me kill Teppei. And then Keiichi was like, can you take me home?
And she was like, did you kill that man? And he's like,
Maybe?
maybe. imagine.
See? It's Takano.
It's not gonna.
Takano
It's
did it.
just easy.
Oh yeah,
easy.
it's like this is the easiest.
That's why. That's fucking idiot's motivation. He's just
Yeah.
like Takano simp.
Yeah. And that's why Takano kills... See, Takano doesn't kill Tomatake. Irie kills Tomatake. And then tells Takano, and Takano goes, "Oh my god, you're so hot, Irie." And then falls in love with him. And so this whole time, Irie has been leading up to... Leading up to making Takano fall in love with him. Thoughts?
Incredible.
I think I'm right.
I think this is a story about you and Crystal now.
Cut that. Cut that line.
You can't tell me that, like, me putting your faces on both of those characters doing all of those things doesn't fit perfectly.
It does. It does.
The two autists, perfect.
I'm not canonically autistic.
You're theoretically autistic.
True. I am through the evidence of theoretical psychology autistic. Thoughts?
Theoretical psychology, more like a degree in theoretical degree in psychology.
Don't trust him. You know, thoughts? Don't trust him.
Depression isn't real.
Depression real, unga bunga sad. Where was I?
Last line.
And so I knew Satoshi-kun's feelings. I knew all of that. So I admitted all of those questions. I wanted to celebrate his release from that curse, so I smiled like nothing was different as I asked, "You killed her. Where are you going, Satoshi-kun? To work?"
That's right. I have to make a stop before that, though.
A stop.
I have to make the... It's still there, otherwise I'll continue feeling really anxious.
That conversation reminded me.
How do you say anxious with a lisp? That's not just
Anxith.
just anxious.
Anxith.
Anxious.
Yeah. The reason he had started his part-time job was to buy Sadako a huge teddy bear. It was being sold at the toy store just down the street. I recalled that teddy bear was very expensive. Sadako's birthday was right after the festival. I wasn't sure what day, though.
Shion kills him. Out of a crime of passion.
True. So true.
Wait, didn't he say he quit his job? Maybe he was going to greet his ex-coworkers and clean out his locker or something. Either way, he'd be completely free very soon. Maybe he hadn't been paid yet, and that's why he wanted to check if he still had the teddy bear. Maybe he was only getting paid on Sadako's birthday. When we got near the toy store, he rushed to the display window. He looked relieved that it hadn't been sold yet.
Good. Alright, it's still there.
He's such a dad. You've earned enough money already, haven't you? Why don't you reserve it? He probably hadn't thought of that. He really did need someone to look after him. I looked into the display window. I looked into the display window over his shoulder. The teddy bear wasn't that cute, in my opinion. It looked huge and cramped in the middle of the store's showcase. Really, it looked more like a display model than an item for sale. I don't see a price tag. Is that really for sale? How much is it? 10,000 yen.
Yeah. I'm sure they sell it.
What about the price? Does it fit your budget?
It's alright, I already checked.
Satoshi-kun thought I was teasing him again. He pouted and looked a little sulky.
You want to know the drinking game for this one? Which one is this one called?
Meakashi.
Meakashi. You know the drinking game for Meakashi? Every time the word sulk is put in there. It's like Ryukishi discovered it between Himatsubushi and this game. And he was like, oh, fuck, I love this word. And it's in, like, every, 1 out of 10 pages. He says, like, sulky, or, like, sulk, or sulking. He's like, God, this is such a good fucking word, man. He loves this word. I've never seen him use this before in, like, any of the other games. This is the first game he's used it in.
There's no problem then. Why didn't you go reserve it now? Then you won't have to feel anxious anymore.
Satoshi's just like,
We entered the store and looked for a clerk.
balls.
Is anybody here?
Nice. Maybe you can get it without paying.
No, Neon. Stealing is bad. It's bad.
Thank you, Satoshi.
I'm just kidding.
Poor little boy.
Trying to make you laugh. Do you think I'd really do that?
No, sorry.
Satoshi-kun smiled apologetically. I puffed up my cheeks to tease him. It really had been a while since the last time we did this. In between those times, many undesirable things happened that I wanted to forget. But now, I felt as though all those things simply vanished into the air around us. I found an old person napping in the back. He must be the clerk, I thought. He looked to be fast asleep. Excuse me, you work here, right? I poked his shoulder, but he didn't look like he was going to wake up. When I did that, a middle-aged woman wearing an apron came in.
Grandpa, you fell asleep again. We have customers. I'm really sorry, you two. He's been very flaky, you know.
And then the Sonozaki goons come in and shoot him in the head for falling asleep on the job.
The middle-aged woman shook the old man awake and told him to go back to the living room. She went to the cash register after that.
That was so embarrassing. So how can I help you? I'd like to reserve something. That big teddy bear in the display window. Oh, that one? Are you sure? That one is really expensive. You know that, right? Yes. I think I have enough.
He'll get paid really soon, so he'd like to reserve it. The woman looked a bit hesitant at first, but she eventually wrote down Satoshi-kun's name and accepted the reservation. Satoshi-kun received a slip of paper. See? You don't have to worry about the teddy bear anymore.
Yeah, I'll get paid soon too. I feel relieved now.
He would have kept coming to check every day if he hadn't done this now. He would have spent his time needlessly worrying. Satoshi-kun looked very relieved indeed.
I should have done that sooner.
Usually, people do that right away when they want something. It's very rare for somebody not to think of that. It's so very fun to tease him. Those painful days seemed unbelievable now. Satoshi-kun looked like he'd forgotten everything that happened up until yesterday.
Anyway, thanks.
Satoshi-kun held out his hand to touch my head. Was he going to stroke it? I felt my face reddening already. And then Shion blacks out. Even before he touched my head, I felt tingly, remembering the last time.
She's such a simp, dude! Shion is like a capital S-I-M-P simp.
I didn't care about the murder or whatever else happened. As long as Satoshi-kun had his freedom, everything would be alright. I'd be content as long as we could live happily from today onward. But Satoshi-kun's hand never reached my head. I slowly opened my eyes.
He's getting grabbed by Ooishi as we speak.
Only to realize the situation had drastically changed.
Gah!
There were 4 men in suits blocking our way. It looked as though they'd been waiting for us to exit the toy store.
Hello?
I told you, he gets grabbed by the police!
No.
The oldest of the 4 men stepped forward while smirking. I'd never met this man, but it looked like he knew both Mion and Satoshi-kun. He was probably a cop. I ran a search for information in my head, and found some right away.
Good to see both of you, Hojo-san and Sonozaki-san. I'm sorry to bother you at a time like this.
My chair's falling apart, man. This must be Kurado Ooishi, the cop who's investigating the series of mysterious deaths. He thinks that the Sonozaki family is behind all of the cases. In other words, he's an enemy of the Sonozaki family. He has deep connections with other investigative divisions in the police force and likes to nose around the business in this area. He annoys the Sonozaki family enough as it is by interfering with its Yakuza business, let alone his suspicions on the series of mysterious deaths. Naturally, as the family's successor, he's not a welcome figure to me on Sonozaki. I tried to imagine how Sis would react.
Yeah?
Oh, Ooishi-san. Thank you for working so hard for our safety. Oh, the four of you want something from this toy store? A doll, maybe? Kei-san, I know what they want, and it's not a toy. It's probably not me either. They want Satoshi-kun. I took a look at Satoshi-kun. He seemed a bit uncomfortable. The other three cops loosely surrounded us to prevent our escape.
Oh, Joe-san, I'd like to talk to you about something.
Sure. What for? Are you taking him to the station? You don't have to go with him, Satoshi-kun. Let's get out of here. I pushed on his shoulder, but he just stood there, looking pale and bewildered. Bewildered? No. He actually looked resigned. Then, I recalled Sis's mistake. It's obvious that he killed his aunt from the circumstances. You don't even have to look at the crime scene. How could Mion have failed to create an alibi? That stupid Mion must have spoken to the police without making anything up at all. She must have not told them that she knew where Satoshi-kun was. If she hadn't done anything, the villagers wouldn't work to help her. It's just a matter of time until the police uncover Satoshi's complete lack of an alibi. The police were trying to corner him and lead him to confess. I looked at Satoshi-kun's face once again. He looked like a dead man. He probably didn't know he could refuse to be interrogated. If he was taken to the station and grilled by Ooishi, he'd confess in a minute. Somebody had to protect him. Nobody had ever been there for him. I had to step up now. But how? Would it be possible to alter what Mion had already told them, saying it was a mistake? That wasn't going to work. If I had more time, I'd come up with an excellent idea. But I didn't have that much time at all. To pressure him, the cops were drawing nearer. Satoshi-kun must have felt intimidated. He might end up turning himself in due to the pressure while I'm stuck trying to come up with something. I have to do something now. I have to say something. Otherwise, Satoshi-kun might give in. I have to save him. Ooishi drew nearer. Satoshi-kun fell back.
It won't take much time. Come on, don't be scared.
It won't take much time. He just said it. He just said he wouldn't let him out if he caught him now. Satoshi-kun, don't give in. If you give in now, everything you have been working for will be ruined. Satoshi-kun looked like he was at his breaking point. Ooishi was clearly aware of it. Ooishi smirked and held out his arm to grab Satoshi-kun's shoulder. I can't believe Satoshi is wearing Ooishi's shirt and Ooishi's pants and jacket are Satoshi's hair.
That's crazy, dude.
I felt electrified when I saw that. That hand shouldn't be allowed to touch Satoshi-kun. Is Mion just gonna start swinging on the cops as Mion? The moment Ooishi touched his shoulder, he'd give in. He'd go to the police station and confess everything. Do you want to know his alibi? Ooishi turned his face towards me, his hand left hanging in the air. I wasn't very prepared for this. I just had to stop Ooishi no matter what. I only needed to gain some time. It didn't really matter what I said.
That's right. I want to get Hojo-san's alibi. Oh, no. We must not be doing our jobs. We can't seem to confirm his whereabouts at the time of the crime. It's shameful, but we decided to question him in person.
You don't have to ask him. I can confirm his alibi.
Oh, really? That'd help. You already told me you were at the festival that night and many people can confirm it. It'd be easier if we can confirm that Hojo-san was with you. But I don't think you mentioned him when I questioned you last time, did you? Are you gonna change your statement now? Even though no one at the festival saw Hojo-san, are you going to tell me he was with you?
That's right. He was with me. Wouldn't that be enough?
I know you were there with your other friends that night. I saw that myself. Are you still saying that you were with him?
This is where Shion big dicks it and reveals the fact that she is not Mion. And is like, yeah, he was with me. I wasn't at the festival. I was in my apartment.
Well, you don't say the last part, obviously.
Yeah, He was with me in my apartment.
I think you don't say the apartment part. You don't want to say where you were.
He was with me in my apartment, you know?
Okay, you wanna click the line now? He's not done.
Sorry.
No, isn't that a little hard to believe, isn't it?
Ooishi approached me with a creepy smile. Was he teasing me because my excuse sounded funny? I didn't think so. He was frustrated due to being interrupted when he was about to catch a big fish.
Are you saying that you forgot you were with him, but not just now remembered that you actually were me on Sonosaki-san?
I did get a little scared, but I couldn't stop myself. I could save Satoshi-kun if I revealed my real identity. I was aware of the risk. Grandma would certainly capture me if I revealed it. I didn't think of the consequences after that. Notebook page 27. Does she big dicks it for Satoshi. Fucking based.
Finally doesn't fumble the fucking ball.
Finally does not fumble a single action. I'm not Mion Sonozaki. I didn't go to the Watanagashi festival in the first place.
No.
Satoshi-kun and I were talking in a restaurant in Okinomiya at the time. The name of the place is Angel Mort. You can confirm that with the owner if you want. Ooishi was still smirking, but he apparently felt confused.
What are you saying? If you want Mions, then who are you?
I'm Shion Sonozaki, Mion's twin sister. Pleasure to meet you, Ooishi-san. Ooishi looked perplexed, like he didn't believe what I'd said. He frowned.
I didn't know Mion Sonozaki-san had a twin sister. Are you trying to fool me?
Not at all. Why don't you check my family register, or whatever? Should I call Sis? All the cops look bewildered now.
Shion. Moribara-san. Shion Sonosaki-san.
Yes, that's me. Is there anything wrong?
Can you converse? If you're testifying that you were with Hojo-san that night, I have to talk to you too.
Sure thing. Please go easy on us. The cops gathered at their car and started discussing something. Looked like they never expected this to happen. I hope to be able to fake Satoshi-kun's alibi for at least a little while. It shouldn't be too difficult to talk to Sis about this, then forge up an alibi together. Satoshi-kun, tell them you were chatting with me at Angel Mort that night, no matter what they ask, okay? I'll confirm your alibi. Tell them you don't remember that night too clearly, or maybe you should just keep silent. Satoshi then realizes that it's
They're
a
two.
different girl the whole time.
been a
It's
different girl.
it's the Keiichi reveal, where Keiichi reveals that there are two girls the whole time. Satoshi-kun wore a startled expression. Though I was telling him something important, he apparently decided not to listen. Can you even hear me, Satoshi-kun? You can't mess this up, okay?
Okay.
He must have been feeling deceived. No wonder. I just confessed that I wasn't Mion, but her twin sister. I really had been deceiving him. Are you upset?
Why?
Because I've been fooling you? He knew. He's known the whole time. Satoshi-kun started laughing. I didn't know why he'd laugh, because he wasn't the type of person who would laugh in order to hide something.
I finally understand why you're weird sometimes in class. I've been thinking it was a bit strange.
Aren't you upset that I've been fooling you? Satoshi-kun looked puzzled. It was like he didn't know whether he should be upset about it or not. Or maybe he was only pretending to be that way.
So, this isn't the first time we've met, is it?
Well, yes, that's right.
Okay. How do you write your name?
With the characters for poetry and sound.
Theon, huh?
Huh?
That's a beautiful name.
Yes, Satoshi!
Yo!
And a fucking boy!
Would you please come with us to the station? We can get you instant coffee or tea if you'd like.
Satoshi can't fumble. He's physically unable to fumble.
Incapable of fumbling
He's
the ball.
incapable of fumbling. Satoshi
He
is
just fucking.
the GOAT.
He's amazing.
He is the fucking GOAT, dude.
Yeah.
What a
new tip.
good chapter.
Yes, sir. And it's all suffering from here on. You went to all tips.
Oh, Jesus, I had a heart attack.
Are you ready to read 7 tips?
Yeah,
in
I
a
was
row?
gonna actually like kill myself. I was like, there's no fucking way, dude. Either Satoshi-kun was smart or very lucky. Or maybe it wasn't him. The police found nothing at the crime scene to indicate his involvement in the murder. Yet Satoshi-kun was still the prime suspect. Considering his home environment, he had a strong enough motive. He had no alibi. The police had everything other than physical evidence. It wasn't surprising that Ooishi took a chance. He probably didn't expect me to step in, but what I did was too little to avert his suspicions of Satoshi-kun. Ooishi believed that Satoshi-kun did it. He was waiting for Satoshi-kun to fall apart and confess. That's what both Ooishi and I were thinking. But that hypothesis was destroyed later on. I'll not talk about it now, but Ooishi's theory will be disproven, and the police will be thrown into shock. A question comes to mind. That is, who saved Satoshi-kun? I can only think of the possibility that the Sonozaki family invented the culprit. I told you I thought we were gonna get swerved here.
We know this. We know the swerve. We already know the swerve. The sport guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, duh. But I guess there was part of me that thought
But
maybe
there's
they
a
lied
question to see if that's actually right. If that's actually
what happened.
right.
Yeah. I'm just glad I wasn't too stupid to forget that we get swerved here and it's not Satoshi. See, the whole time, before this game, I was like, Satoshi killed her. Like, the kid, the punk that died was Satoshi. But after playing...
you thought of him as a punk.
I know. But after playing the game...
Satoshi, a punk.
I know, I'm sorry. But after playing the game, I'm like, no fucking way Satoshi killed her. Keiichi believes Satoshi was the one that killed his aunt.
You're the only one that doesn't? Then?
But Satoshi...
Mion, Shion, Keiichi...
Everyone believes that Satoshi killed her, except for me, yeah.
Ooishi...
I don't think he did it. Satoshi... I don't think he did it. We're
Why?
getting swerved.
Okay.
I just have a gut feeling Satoshi did not do it.
We got him. We got Satoshi going to. It's like he put in an object somewhere down in deep grass.
In the deep grass. Yep.
Calling his aunt, saying he's gonna call his aunt to this place because he knows she likes to bring trash
Yep.
back.
But they didn't find her dead in the garbage place. They found her dead in the middle of the road.
he saw it because he walked past the garbage.
Yeah.
But she was hit from behind, and so she was like,
Yeah.
she was like,
She was
couldn't
knocked out
defend
from
herself.
behind.
Yeah.
And then got rolled over and got mushed. She got monster mashed. I don't think it's Satoshi. Locked in. Final answer. I don't think Satoshi killed her. I
I'm gonna
think
get all of
someone else.
those chips, buddy.
I
Oh my God.
I don't care if I'm wrong. I'm gonna do what I did during Watanagashi. Shion is not real. Locked in. You remember when I did that in Watanagashi?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna do the exact same
God.
thing. Satoshi did not kill her. Locked in.
You would be so easy to play in poker.
Locked in.
Get in there.
I'm locked in. He didn't do it.
When are we gonna play poker, Connor? When are
My
we gonna
boy, when Satoshi kills his aunt, that's when we're gonna play.
see you in like
Never.
6 months or whatever, however long it takes to fucking finish this goddamn visual novel?